Hello, friendly subscribers and random visitors. Just for you, we prepared a tour that includes a selected view of our favorite observation points with great views on the Golden City of San Francisco. These vista points may not all be that famous, but the views they provide are still spectacular. Let's start with the Parapet, a viewing platform on the top of the hill near a famous Cliff House restaurant on Point Lobos Avenue. The parapet is a stone wall encircling the hill. It was built by Adolph Sutro, the 24th mayor of San Francisco in 1881. It used to have an observation tower, photo gallery, water tank that we just passed, and lots of replicas of classical statues. The place is called Sutro Heights Park. Even though Sutro owned the land, in 1883 he let the public walk in and enjoy the gardens and copies of antique sculptures for a 10-cent donation used for salaries of the 17 employees hired to maintain the grounds. From the parapet you can see a large stretch of sand called Ocean Beach with people walking, running, surfing, and fishing. You may even notice the Farallon Islands on the horizon, depending on the weather. The western section of the Golden Gate Park is down there, with Dutch windmills that used to pump water for the city. Nowadays, the parapet is quite secluded and quiet. If the small parking lot is full, you can park across the street at Land End Lookout, which has renovated visitor center and other interesting things to see. Let's take a moment to enjoy before we move on. If you want to know about more cool places to see around San Francisco, consider checking out other videos on our channel. We currently have over 50 destinations for local weekend travels, and we plan to expand our collection with hundreds more. China Beach is another spot not really well known among the regular tourists. It is kind of small and hidden between the cliffs. The no-fee parking lot can be found at the west end of the Seacliff Avenue. The beach offers awesome views of the iconic landmark in the city, the Golden Gate Bridge, which is painted in red color. Initially, the U.S. Navy did not want to have a bridge across the bay at all, but then gave in and asked to paint the bridge in black and yellow stripes for better visibility. Air Force wanted red and white stripes. The red paint was supposed to be temporary and served to protect the metal against corrosion, but eventually prevailed and the bridge remains red for over 80 years. At China Beach, you are at the sea level, and this gives you a different perspective. The next stop is National Cemetery Overlook. It's tricky to find, and here's what you can do. Drive to Presidio Golf Course. On the other side of the road, called Arguello Boulevard, find a little parking lot called Inspiration Point. Try to park there, cross the street, and use the trail along the boundaries of the golf course. It will lead you down to Washington Boulevard. Walk on the side of the road a little bit and turn right to Naumon Road, from which take the trail down the hill. The trail is called Cemetery Overlook. It's a military cemetery with graves dating back to the Mexican War, Indian Wars, Spanish-American War, and so many other conflicts fought by this country. It is thought that over 30,000 fallen soldiers, Marines, and their family members are buried here. The trail leads down the hill towards Presidio, but we will go back because we have a couple more places to visit. We are going to cross the Golden Gate Bridge following Highway 101 and check out a vista point on the other side of the bay. From here, you can actually walk to the bridge, which is accessible to pedestrians till 6:30 in the afternoon. A bit noisy and windy though. But You will see gorgeous cliffs, a prison island called Alcatraz, huge cargo ships from China and from all over the world entering or exiting the bay. Lots of people are walking on the bridge, especially during the weekends. Our last stop for today is Marin Headlands. I feel like we should do a separate video about this interesting place. So, just a few highlights for now. We will drive on the one-way road along the mountain slopes with the ocean below. This road is called Conselman Road, and it brings you to a small picnic area from which you can observe the Golden Gate Bridge. It's also very close to a place called SFO Missile Site SF-88, or simply the Nike Missile Site, where real nuclear missiles used to be. Those missiles were supposed to protect American people from the enemy's aircrafts carrying atomic bombs. The idea was to use the missiles to deliver small atomic bomb high above the city to destroy airplanes with deadly load and stop them from penetrating deep into the continent. Luckily, that idea was put to rest long before most of us were born. Enjoy the views, and remember, San Francisco is called the Fog City for a reason. The fog is common on a summer afternoon. It blocks the sunlight, and the temperature goes down quickly. If you want to see all the views, as advertised, make sure you pick a sunny morning and have a great time. See ya!